What's up, everybody? It's my birthday. You know what that means? That just means I'm delivering another valuable video full of information. The top 10 things, actually not the top, but just 10 things that you need to know before moving here to Grand Junction. Let's get after it. What is going on, everyone? I'm Robert Hayes along with my wife Christy. We are the Hayes Home Group right here in Grand Junction, Colorado. Hey, if this is your very first time to this channel and you just want to know everything about what it's like to work, live, play, eat, sleep here in Grand Junction, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash that bell, that way you're notified every single time we post a new video. We are literally getting phone calls every single day from people looking to move out here, and we absolutely love it. So if that's you and you're looking to head out this way, make sure you reach out and give us a phone call, shoot us a text, send us an email, even send that carrier pigeon. Whatever you need to do, we've got your back. Days, nights, weekends, 24/7 when moving here to Grand Junction. We answer all those calls personally as well. No assistants, no team members. It's Christy or myself. So it's my birthday today. You know what that means? We're going to go ahead and just deliver another video for you. I'm like the post office. Rain, sleet, snow, doesn't matter. Birthdays, we're out here in Grand Junction making sure that you have all the information you need. So we wanted to do the 10 things that you must know when moving out here to Grand Junction. Let's get into it. The first thing, actually, you know what, before we do that, comment below if you can guess what my age is, what my birthday means to me, what not means to me, how old I am. That's what I'm trying to say. Comment below. The first person to get it right, we're going to go ahead and send you a Starbucks gift card. How about that? If the comment doesn't show up right away, don't worry about it. We get in there, we hold some of those comments because it's the internet, and you know there's some knuckleheads that post some stupid stuff in there, so we try to get in there and monitor that every once in a while. So how old am I? Go ahead and comment below. So the first thing I wanted to point out that you need to know before moving here to Grand Junction, our median home price is about $350,000. Why that's important? Well, it's important for two reasons. The first reason is the median home price in Denver, east of us, about three and a half hours away, is over $600,000. So we're getting an influx of phone calls from people on the Front Range saying, guys, we're done. We can't deal with this craziness anymore. We need to head over to Grand Junction and pay about half the price. Conversely, if you're looking to get into a mansion with 3 acres and an elevator and a pool for, you know, 225 grand, thinking it's just a little small town on the western side of Colorado, 65,000 people, we can probably get a huge property for, you know, like I said, 225. Look, it's just not going to happen.
What are your superpowers again? I'm rich.
There was an article not too long ago, about a month ago, in the Wall Street Journal, and it ranked over 300 metropolitan areas in the country that are some of the top destinations to relocate to. And Grand Junction, guess what, was in the top 10%. So the word is out. Everyone is familiar with Grand Junction now, the incredible outdoor lifestyle. So the appreciation is going to continue to go up. I think the draw for the outdoor lifestyle, that epic lifestyle, is why people are coming out here. So just don't expect you're going to get a giant home for 200 grand. It's just not going to happen. Okay, number 2, we have incredibly easy winters here in Grand Junction. We have more sunny days than Florida, but the flip side of that is we do have a winter. It's Colorado, right? So from probably mid-December into January for sure, probably even most of February, it's going to be cold, but you're not going to have a ton of snow. You're going to have probably on average about 15 inches of snow for the entire winter, which is pretty minimal compared to, again, on the eastern slope in Denver where you just get crushed. So you don't have to worry about really shoveling your driveway all that much, or if any. I did a video where I'm sweeping the driveway. That's pretty typical. You'll get a 1/4 of an inch, an 1/8 of an inch of snow. On a big storm, you might get 2 or 3 inches. So what you want to do there is, and just a consideration, kind of obscure, is a north-facing home is going to have that collection throughout most of the day. So if you're not working remotely and you have to actually go into the office, when you come home on a north-facing home that's going to be mostly in the shade, you're going to have that snow still there, versus a west, south, or east-facing home that's going to be completely melted probably by lunchtime. Okay, the third thing that you probably want to know, or maybe you don't, maybe you don't care, is we don't have a professional sports team here, although we absolutely love our Denver Broncos here in western Colorado. You can go to the game. It's super fun. It's 3 hours away, like I said, a little over that, to Denver, and go check out the Broncos play. But what I do, and what I did when I moved here over 15 years ago, is you bring your allegiance with you. I'm a huge LA Kings fan, grew up in Southern California, remember going to my first hockey game in the 80s and got to know some of the players. So you bring your allegiance with you. There's a ton of, I don't know how many I've seen around town. Green Bay Packers fans, flags hanging in front of the house, Kansas City Chiefs, whatever your allegiance is. You know, guys, growing up, sitting on the couch, watching the game with dad, you're never going to leave that allegiance, moving to a different area. So bring it with you. And when that team plays the Broncos, that'll obviously have you'll have a good time doing that, ribbing the Broncos fans when your team's in town. Colorado Rockies obviously play out in Denver as well, but here in Grand Junction, we have their minor league affiliate, the Grand Junction Rockies. In fact, my son has been the bat boy for the Grand Junction Rockies for several years now. He has an absolute blast, and it's pretty fun when there's one of the, a major player on the actual Colorado Rockies is like on injured reserve. They'll bring them over here to Grand Junction. That's kind of fun. You see a little more folks in the stadium when that happens. So we don't have professional sports, but you can go get it in Denver, 3.5 hours away, or just bring your allegiance with you, and not a big deal. Okay, we're actually on to number 5, the north-facing homes. That was actually number 3. So number 5, we have a ton of incredible food trucks and brew pubs all throughout the Grand Valley. We have the best breakfast burritos at Gorilla Burrito down there on North Avenue. You can get the Loncheria Ruby, I think that's how you pronounce it, the best Mexican food truck here in town. You can get biscuits and what do they call it? Chicken and waffles for breakfast at the food truck there by the mall. They're all over town. And then you've got Canna Creek Brewing Company. You've got the Ale House Brew Pub. You've got the Peach Street Distillery out in Palisade. Palisade Brewing Company out there in Palisade as well. Suds Brew Company, or Brew Pub in Fruta. So just a nice mix of just kind of those culinary classics, I like to call them, on the food truck scene. Then those brew pubs, you have all kinds of fun with that. Hey, real quick, before we get on to number 6, I wanted to mention our new private Facebook group. It's called Go Grand Junction. That's growing like crazy. We have over 150 members, I think, now. And these are folks that we've helped move out here and folks that are looking to move out here. Again, it's called Go Grand Junction. Go ahead and hop on in there. We approve those requests just as soon as we can, and learn tips, learn ideas on how to go about town, what's there to do, all those sorts of things. So head over to Go Grand Junction. Okay, we're on to number 6, and this is something that our clients tell us all the time that have moved out this way. They cannot believe how close there are some world-class destinations to Grand Junction. Let's just get into it. Moab's only an hour away from Grand Junction, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. We're only about 20-something miles from the Utah border, Colorado-Utah border, and Moab's right inside to the west of the Colorado-Utah border, so it's right there. You've got Telluride, which is only 2 hours away. You've got Vail 2 hours away. You've got Aspen 2 hours away. You've got Glenwood Springs. You've got Ouray, which is where all the hot springs are. That's only a couple of hours away. So there's all kinds of fun road trips that are very centrally located to Grand Junction, Colorado. Heck, if you want to go to Salt Lake City, that's only about 4 hours away. So all kinds of stuff to do right in and around Grand Junction. So if you're itching to get out of the town of 65,000 people, it doesn't take very long to get somewhere. All right, number 7. So we don't have any professional sports teams, but where do you go for a concert? So if the sports teams play in the huge stadiums, and we don't have those huge stadiums here, if you want to go to a fun concert, is there anything like that here in Grand Junction? Yep, it's called Los Colonias Amphitheater. They brought that up in about 2015. In fact, Christie and I and some friends 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, we went and saw Foreigner. For those of you that are my age, you know who Foreigner is. It was an absolute blast. It only seats about 5,000 people, so getting in and getting out is a breeze. It took us 5 minutes to get out of that thing. When you only have 5,000 people, it doesn't take that long. But again, Foreigner, all kinds of, you know, classic rock, symphonies, all kinds of other bands. I've mentioned this before. The Gin Blossoms were here, and then the Avalon Theater here on Main Street also holds concerts all the time. Styx, again, dating myself, back in, you know, the 80s, Styx was big. They were here at the Avalon Theater. Comedy, Rob Schneider was just here, Dave Chappelle. So you don't have to go to Denver to hit those, you know, fun concerts and comedy shows. We have them right here in Grand Junction. Okay, we're on to number 8, and something every single one of our clients tells us: there is no traffic here, especially those coming from the West Coast, maybe in a Seattle or a Portland or Southern California. You might at 8 o'clock in the morning, hold on, you might have to wait one signal during rush hour, maybe at 5 o'clock. Other than that, there is no traffic here, as you could probably imagine, with 65,000 people. So you can head around town, get wherever you want to go, and not have to deal with the bumper to bumper. Maybe it's, you know, like I said, Southern California, the rush hour traffic. It's just a parking lot on the freeways. You don't have to deal with that here. So if you hate the traffic, you hate the craziness, Grand Junction is going to be a nice reprieve for you. All right, number 9. If you're a dog lover, then you're going to absolutely love Grand Junction, because we love our dogs here. You'll see them all over town at the festivals, and I know when the asphalt's hot, you got to be careful for the paws. That's obviously important, but usually you'll see them when it's not too hot, and they'll be going up and down the streets during the festivals. They have hotels here that are dog friendly. They have restaurants here that actually have outdoor dog spaces that you can bring your pooch and eat lunch. Bring your dog with you. So super dog friendly here in Grand Junction. So if you love dogs, you're going to love that. If you don't love dogs, well, that's all right. You're just going to see them all over the place. They've got a ton of dog parks around town as well. That Los Colonias Amphitheater is actually part of the Los Colonias Riverfront, and there's a couple of brand new dog parks in there as well. So we love our dogs here in Grand Junction. All right, last but certainly not least, we have an epic outdoor lifestyle here in Grand Junction. Another thing that our clients are telling us as to why they're heading out this way: they're done with the concrete jungle, they're done with the tall buildings, the craziness, the big city. They want to get out here and do the mountain biking, do the hiking trails up on the Colorado National Monument. They're on the Colorado River. They're doing all sorts of outdoor lifestyle activity, which is why you want to move out here, right? Kind of bring the stress level down a bit, get the heart rate up a little bit. You can obviously just do a little stroll down Main Street if you want. That's exercise too, right? But Colorado is always at the top of the list for the healthiest state in the country, and Grand Junction is certainly no exception to that. So come on out here, enjoy the epic outdoor lifestyle, get on the trails, get on the mountain bike, and just have an absolute blast. So there you go, 10 things that you need to know before moving out here to Grand Junction, Colorado. Hope that was helpful. Hope that was informative. And now I'm going to go back. Christy wasn't here today because she said it's your birthday, I can't get out, I have some things to do, whatever that means. So again, if you're brand new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe, tap the bell so you're notified every time we post a new video. We're going to try to do at least 2 a week now on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if you're even thinking about moving out here, make sure you reach out, give us a phone call, text message. Some of the emails we get are absolutely awesome. They're very detailed, lengthy about where you're at now, what your goals are, what your dream is on getting out here. So we love it when they're detailed. That way we know exactly kind of where you're at when we give you a phone call back. So again, phone call, text, email, carrier pigeon, whatever you need to do, we've got your back when moving to Grand Junction. Hey, until the next video, we'll catch you later.